My dear sisters and brothers, I wanted to again thank you sincerely for responding to the needs that have been created by the pandemic, for your willingness to adapt and to provide online instruction. You've really been remarkable. Your efforts are amazing, and we're so very grateful. We really appreciate all that you're doing for your students. Now, a lot of people have asked about the future, and obviously we don't know all that the future holds, but what we do know is that the world is changing, and we need to be ready. For those of you that right now are on a traditional Southern Hemisphere school schedule where you're teaching classes currently, and most of you or many of you are teaching online, we just don't know how long that's going to last. And for those of you that are on a more traditional Northern Hemisphere schedule, it really is possible that at least some of you will still be teaching online when school starts in the fall. So we'll continue to monitor and follow local school district decisions with regards to whether or not we're allowed to gather or if we'll need to continue to provide online instruction. And we'll make those decisions as it gets closer to that time. But I also wanted to add that it's true that even when the pandemic's over, we'll likely see more online delivery. You know, a lot of parents and even priesthood leaders have called us or written emails saying that in seminary they actually prefer online to their early morning or daily seminary experience. So it's possible that some of us will move to this delivery channel even after the pandemic's over, or maybe even some type of hybrid where they meet face-to-face once a week and then maybe virtually the other days of the week, or some combination of the two. You know, it's also true with Institute that even before the pandemic began, we were working on a number of online courses and hybrid options as part of our Innovate Institute initiative. We've had teams that have been working tirelessly to produce curriculum and resources to help us to be able to do that, because we actually think there's a wonderful opportunity here. We think we can reach a large number of potential students who aren't currently attending. So whether seminary or institute, the likelihood of having more online offerings is actually very real. In fact, there's other reasons to be able to use online materials. Some people use it for makeup work. We're finding better ways to deliver face-to-face experiences using technology, or invitations for experiences outside of class for students who then come to a more traditional class setting. As I mentioned, I think we'll have more and more hybrid classes where people will have experiences online and then gather less frequently, but still gather for class experiences, kind of a flipped classroom approach. There's also an increasing number of locations where safety concerns will cause us to need more online deliveries. And there might even be additional reasons we don't even know yet, that we haven't thought of yet. So whatever the circumstance or whatever the reason is, there seems to be a need to be prepared for an increase of online delivery. And so what that means is whatever happens in the future, we need to be prepared. In fact, I think in some ways, for me, it seems that the role description of an SNI teacher just needs to include proficiency in online teaching and the ability to competently use those skills and tools and resources that are available to us, and teaching methods associated with online delivery. Because while there are some similarities, good teaching is good teaching, but online teaching is inherently different than teaching face-to-face. So in order to effectively deliver online instruction, we just have to develop new capabilities. This is not an unusual request. Most professionals need to stay current on certifications and professional development. They have to evolve to meet changing needs and changing opportunities, and we're no different. We have to learn new skills to adjust and to adapt to changes in the world so that we can be more effective as religious educators. So to that end, we would like to invite each release time teacher and called teacher and every coordinator and administrator, starting with the Northern Hemisphere, those of you who are on a teaching schedule where the school's not in session, we're asking you to spend a significant amount of time over the next 3 months engaging in the training resources we're about to describe. Now, for those of you on a traditionally Southern Hemisphere school schedule where you're currently teaching classes, and we understand that requires your time in preparation and teaching, and so we're asking you just to do the best you can for now. But then when your school is out of session, we would encourage you to go through the same training in order to be better prepared for the future. Now, these training resources are designed to help each of us become what I guess we would call a next generation teacher, to be able to meet the needs of our students in the future. So one other thought quickly, I would also advise you or ask you to find a mentor, to find a coach who can help you, someone that's really good at online instruction and with whom you already have a relationship, that's willing to support you and coach you as you roll up your sleeves and try to dig into this new way of teaching. And if you're the one that's already good at this, if you already have these competencies and feel like you can help others, then I would encourage you to spend some of your discretionary work time over the next few months to help other people so that they can acquire a baseline proficiency. But our hope is that no one's thinking, I'm just going to wait this out, and when the pandemic's over, I'm going to go back to things as they were before, because no matter what our assignment is, the more we can learn to effectively use technology, the more the Lord will be able to help us to bless His children. The more we have the tools we need and use the technology and have the teaching skills that we need, the more we're going to be able to fulfill the objective of seminaries and institutes and bless Heavenly Father's children. So I want to introduce and invite in now Sister Newbold. Sister Lori Newbold is our Director of Training Services in the church office building, and she's going to share with you some of the resources that are available for you.
Thanks, Brother Webb. Our dear friends, we're so grateful for all that you have done to learn and train already. And we recognize that there's a great need coming forward. So just like you, we're also learning and trying to keep up with all the changes. And so we are creating resources and are in the process of that, and will continue to create and provide resources as we go along. But our goal is beginning in June, we should have a Canvas training course available in English for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere to begin and to enroll, that you can learn the basic proficiencies and skills in Canvas, as well as some really simple introductory online teaching skills. Since teaching face-to-face is different than online, we want to help you prepare to be successful in that way. And there's just going to be some really simple, basic ones. Like I said, they're going to be in English to begin. As we continue to create these and as they become available in languages, we'll be able to hopefully bless more people as we're trying to respond like everyone else. So the goal would be that we work through these courses over the summer, and then by fall, not all of our teachers will be teaching online courses, but some of them will be. So for those of you who will be teaching in the fall, we're going to do everything that we can to help you be prepared. So please feel free, as well as we recognize there's other delivery systems in different cultures that may work better for you. And we're going to try to do what we can to help reduce training in that way, and work closely with you. And we'd love your input and your thoughts on how best to do it and best meet your individual needs. So we'll work together with that over the summer. Also recognizing that Canvas does have some basic trainings already available in some different languages. So as you get on, please feel free to get on and just explore on your own. And we'll produce what we can and send it out that way. I just want to testify to you that I do know that the Savior knows how to teach online, and that He has the power and ability to help us be able to do this. So as we face this with faith in Him, and not fear and not too much frustration as we grow together, I promise that He'll magnify us, because He loves you and He loves your students.
Thank you, Sister Newbold, and thanks to all of you. We know this isn't easy, and we appreciate your willingness to do all that you can to prepare yourselves to bless your students. And I would just add a second witness to what Sister Newbold said. I really think if we look at this as an opportunity, not as a challenge, I think we can bless more students and have more impact as we learn to provide different ways of delivering seminary and institute. And I know, because Heavenly Father loves His children, as Sister Newbold said, He's going to help you and magnify your efforts, and will help you learn quickly and to be able to be successful in all that He asks to do. So, again, thank you. We love you. We're grateful to you, and really are so very grateful to be a part of this work with you. Thank you.